Good morning, you spunky bastards. Actually, it's probably closer to the afternoon, so good afternoon. It is a kind of muggy Friday. Not a patch of blue in the sky. Great! That's okay, it's supposed to rain over the weekend anyway, so better stay indoors, stay dry, keep your giblets nice and warm. Yeah. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Yep, you had a good week. I hope you had. There was a what do you call it? Like student government vote thing yesterday, and I've been voted in as a student senator. Yay! I'm a senator. I have absolutely no idea what that means, but I believe I'm supposed to represent all the students who signed my petition to become senator. So I am the voice of my people, even though my people don't have the same voice. Not the same voice as me anyways. I don't know. Maybe one British student signed my thing. I don't know. Anyway, I speak for the people, so I have to watch what I say. No, I don't know. It could be fun. The main thing that happened this week was but like random acts of kindness kind of thing going on this week. And although random acts of kindness isn't until February, I think, Christmas is coming, and why not? Why not have random acts of kindness in the lead up to Christmas, right? So I don't know if any of you remember the post about the Hell's Angel biker dude. He's like all dressed in leather, right? And he's standing in a line at Walmart or something for like 7 days in preparation for Black Friday to buy all the bikes so he can hand them out to kids from impoverished families, right? And it was a big story. If you missed it, go find it. It's really heartfelt, But like, why don't we just do that, Like, there excuse me. There are charities like the Giving Tree and Toys for Tots, and there's one set up by the fire department. Can't remember, but basically they're all collecting, coats for the homeless and stuff like that. Charities like give. They're not random acts of kindness, because the idea of random acts of kindness is you do something like not for the benefit of it. It's like you don't give them your name, you don't give them your telephone number, so you just give, right? And that's a good thing. I like that, just give. The stoplight isn't working. This is why I hate crossing the El Camino. Just saying. They don't want to let you cross. Like, you're a pedestrian? Yeah, we don't care about your pedestrian, right? But we should care about our fellow man, right? And just like donate old coats and stuff to the coats for the homeless, and canned food drives, the canned food drive thing. We could all do that. What's a can of soup these days? $1.50? You ain't got $1.50? Come on. Everyone got $1.50. I got $1.50. I spent $5. I got the buy three get the fourth free thing. Spent $5 on cans of soup and got a free one, and then put them all in. I ain't got $5 to spare, but there are people with less money than me. Do it, right? I say, Toys for Tots. Oh yeah. Oh, first time I've won anything this week, right? So Wednesday night, there was a panel at school with like three really really well-to-do members of the community who are like teachers and headmasters of schools, where they're trying to introduce sort of like a structured learning thing using technology in school, but only at a certain age do kids have to start learning how to use technology, because in this day and age, if you don't know how to use Microsoft Word, you know, you ain't gonna get nowhere, right? It's like really sad. But some families in less well-to-do neighborhoods can't afford a home computer, so they have to basically get what they're given, and you know, they go to school and they work on but that's all they can work on, you know. And it's like, how do we help support these families so the kids can get ahead of the curve? You know, you don't want to just be riding on the edge of the curb. Bloody hell, if you're behind, you know, you ain't never going to make it to high school, right? It's really sad because technology is just going into the future, you know. And if you ain't got your finger on that pulse, you're going to get left behind. And that's not good. So anyway, at that conference, it was really informative, really good. But at that conference, they had a raffle, and I wasn't going to stick around for the raffle, you know. I never win anything anyway. Then they called my number. I won something. I won a children's book, but I won something. For the first time in my life, I actually won something. My God, what a weird feeling. I don't even. I'm like, what is this, right? So, you know, I was thinking that the children's book I won could be read on church on Sunday. Now, providing what our church tries to teach, I'm guessing that this isn't going to be a very good book, because at one point the fish ends up butt naked, and I'm like, yeah, we don't want to be talking about naked fish. You know, as funny as that is to me, and I would read that story to my kids, but like, I ain't got kids yet. So maybe another family somewhere could make use of that book. Just saying. So I'm feeling like I'm going to donate it, because it's going to be a while before I have any kids. So let's get some use out of the book before it, you know. I was like, but it was a one book. I didn't really buy it, so it just feels like a bit of a cheap out. But then it's like, well, why don't we just buy like a load of books, right? You know, you can go to a used bookstore and buy a couple of $1 books or something. Surely they're not that much, you know, children's books, and just like donate them, get them back out there, you know. And children need books, right? I mean, at the conference they were talking about this sort of like a checkpoint, I suppose. Right, a good way to think of it, that a child needs to have heard like 3 million words used in conversation, right, by the age they start, is it kindergarten or first grade? I think it's first grade, right? Now, be that what it may, right, at first I thought 3 million words, there ain't even 3 million words in a dictionary, is there? No, I mean like hearing their parents speak, and how the words are interwoven together into language between two adults, right? So when you're standing in the checkout counter and you're talking to the lady in front or the man behind, and you're like, yeah, how's your day? Yep, how you doing? Good. Yep, all right. You know, and how do you hold a conversation with someone? That's an important skill, because when kids are on the instant messenger, it's a different conversation structure kind of thing. You know, you don't answer with LOL in real life, right? It's like, so hearing how adults hold conversations, I'm pretty sure you've all seen the video of the two babies, right? I think they're twins. They're standing by a fridge or a cooker or something, and they're both having this conversation in baby language. But if you listen to the cadence of the of their baby babble, it does sound like they're having an actual conversation, because they're mimicking it. They're learning, right? They're at that age where they're learning speech patterns and how the words flow one over the next, you know. It's like, it's hard to explain, but it's like when you have two kids talking to each other, they tend to speak how they've been spoken to for their entire life, right? So kids need to learn through us, right, how to speak to each other. I mean, I'm speaking to you right now. This is a pretty one-sided conversation, but you know, learning how people actually talk to each other, because we talk to each other differently, like different people, different tones of voice, different, you know, but they've got to have heard 3 million words spoken by a certain age to not be basically socially stinted, I think, is a, you know, a very rudimentary term, but you know what I mean. It's like to get through school, you know, you need to interact with your classmates and your peers. And if kids don't know how to talk to each other because they've been raised by the iPad, then, you know, they're not going to know how to hold a conversation with a real person, but they can talk to Siri. You know, that's not good for kids. Anyway, I've took 11 minutes of your time, and I'm terribly sorry, but I had a lot to get off my chest. And thank you for listening. You guys are awesome. So, you know, speak to your kids. Be good to each other. Donate some of your old stuff. I mean, I've got tons of stuff. I don't need it. You know, just donate some of those old coats. Right? I will only wear the same 2 hoodies anyway. Right? Anyway, in the meantime, take care, stay creative, be awesome to each other. Peace out.